Time for the second episode of Explain and Expand. This episode is analyzing the poem Pain. Now, analysis time. The line, an inevitable part of life, connotes that pain is something that can't be avoided and that pain is bound to happen to everyone. This connotes pain is also an imminent part of life for all of us. The line, well beyond our own control / will, emphasizes pain is something beyond our control, and pain is scary as we cannot predict or control it. The line, a symbol of life's yin and yang amongst us, reflects how pain is the good and bad life brings us. This also means that the good follows the bad. So pain is a prime example of life's duality and neutrality. Pain favors no one as it's imminent to all people. The line, with an experience that should always be carved within our hearts or minds, makes clear of how profound pain really is as humans are. It also refers how pain is simply cause and effect from bad experiences, especially ones that are traumatic. They suggest pain is difficult to forget and heal from. The line, a sprouting seed in the growing tree of life, suggests that pain is experienced in every stage of life, whether it's minor or major, and makes clear pain is built over time. The line, a branch of events in the timeline of life, connotes pain is built up from a series / branch of traumatic experiences. It is generally tells us that pain is a common emotion felt in life by many people. Any pain and trauma can be caused by triggers of certain memories, feelings, words, actions associated in or with the emotional, psychological, mental, or physical pain experience. The line, a changing and unpredictable roller coaster in life, depicts how pain is complex to understand and that the process of feeling from pain is one where the trajectory is always fluctuating and inconstant. Pain affects everyone differently and pain is different to each individual. Pain is unpredictable in its nature and how it can come when it's expected. Pain can't always be explained. The line, a basis of self-development and growth, means people go from pain and change typically because of the painful journey they went through. How you process pain is dependent on how you see the pain itself. You learn from pain, and pain is usually a valuable learning experience for everyone. Pain is when a person has to nurture and care for oneself, as pain is valuable to everyone. Pain is never linear, and pain doesn't always have to be painful, and in pain we learn new things about ourselves. The line, a time and place from where will grow and flourish, comes if you see pain as an experience to learn from, you'll improve and flourish in life. This also connotes you have to make the conscious and consistent effort in getting better, as recovery takes time for everyone, as we're all human. To go from pain, you have to do it for yourself, but other people can be your motivation. Internal motivation is what you need the most than external motivation, as the external motivation will always work. If you do for a lot better. To be successful or happy, we all have to go through pain, as what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The line, expanding and opening our hearts, comes on how pain makes us all the more vulnerable as people. The message behind this line is that no one can do it alone as we meet people. It suggests vulnerability shouldn't be feared and that you shouldn't be afraid to be vulnerable to the right people. Vulnerability is a double-edged sword in that sense. If you confide in the right people, it won't be used against you, as it grants them the opportunity to better understand you so they can be a better help to you, to support you. However, vulnerability means we let our guard down, and that to the wrong people is something that can be manipulated, twisted, misinterpreted and abused by those people. Vulnerability is not a weakness but yet a strength, because it takes courage to open up to people. In tough times, this means to get better, you have to help people by reaching out and asking for help. But in no way does this mean other people should be abused, used or manipulated. It's also because not everyone will help you, which is the sad truth about people. This connotes that a problem shared is a problem solved. The line, to such a depth of emotion never explored, suggests in pain we go through a range of emotions, typically emotions in a more intense level. This is suggestive of how healing really is and that pain is not linear. This further emphasizes how pain is complex and a state of emotional vulnerability. The line hearts wounded suggests people are emotionally fragile and sensitive. This also means that pain can be deep and that everyone will experience pain in their life, hence the word heart as is inclusive to everyone. Sensitivity means people can take anything to heart when they shouldn't. People who are empaths are more emotionally affected by pain than the normal person, which means that they feel people's emotions intensely. This also means it's important to not take everything to heart because in life people can be brutal. This can also imply that even people who are emotionally tough can take pain pretty hard too, and suggest you shouldn't wear your heart on your sleeve. This also connotes you shouldn't bottle up the pain when you're hurting inside, so let yourself feel and experience those emotions instead of having a stiff upper lip, because we're all human at the end of the day. Pain or not doesn't change that about anyone. The line scars sunken deep within us clarifies pain psychology affects people and it can be because of the experiences a person had being the root source of their pain. The line ones that may never heal is representative of how if you don't look at the positives and focus on the negative, full recovery won't either be accomplished unless you change your outlook on life from a mindset to a growth mindset. To think as a growth mindset is hard, but on the contrary, living with a fixed mindset and refusing to make the conscious effort defeats the purpose of true recovery. Furthermore, a fixed mindset won't get you where you need to be or want to be in life unless you change. People can't change if you're fixated in the fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is harmful to growth because with it, you're restricted and limited to your comfort zone alone. To improve, you have to grow out of what's comfortable and challenge it if you want to be successful. Pain can be incredibly difficult to deal with and can be very painful without a doubt. The line one of life's tortures and blessings insinuates pain is a blessing in disguise and a double-edged sword. As humans don't like suffering or difficulty, pain isn't a bad thing and shouldn't be associated with a negative but rather a positive. This argues that experience is the best teacher, proving we all learn valuable lessons we wouldn't have known if we hadn't gone through the experience itself. We are all lifelong learners and learning doesn't stop even from. The line is of two types, suggests pain has duality. A physical pain can cause emotional pain and it's the same the other way around. The emotional or physical pain is different to each other and pain tends to be neutral if we see it in a realist point of view, providing that you can see the good and bad. The line pain that'll hurt you or change you talks about how people process pain and everyone processes pain differently. It highlights unique thinking humans have about pain, whether bad, good or neutral. Pain only hurts you and brings you down if you let it consume you. Therefore, pain is a test of the strong and the weak, theoretical of the survival of the fittest theory and lose all hope. Pain is what you make of whether it be the catalyst to something larger than life or the downfall of someone who let hidden potential be wasted. Don't succumb to pain and be complacent because you're letting the pain define you and control you. People are stronger than they think if they see they are better than it, and that pain only controls you if you let it. The line for the greater good or the worst discusses how the person responds to pain impacts its impact on the person. The people perceive and respond to pain differently, and that pain can be the source of something good later on in life. Pain can be the reason why someone changes for the worst or the best, as people are complicated in their own right. Pain shows the real strength of a person, as that's when they are at their weakest. Moreover, pain can bring out positive or negative change for a person and their life, or bring out the worst of them. The line with two ways, emotional or physical, emphasis on how pain affects people emotionally and physically. This means it affects the body and the mind of a person as it goes both ways. Experiences can bring upon temporary / long-term physical injuries / illness or intense emotional pain that could be prolonged for people. The line "a law we all face" talks about how pain is an emotion felt by many and that you're not alone in the pain you go through as long as you remember someone's going through the same thing as you are. Pain is inevitably a state everyone has experienced in life. This also suggests that pain is not something impossible to heal or recover from, although it may take years to move on from it, as going through hard times means you didn't give up or lose hope. The line "a place and time that reveal lessons" suggests that in hard times you learn who really are there for us and those who are not. It's a time where you'll be taught lessons about people and that there is always something new we learn from pain among all other things. It'll be a time you learn the most about yourself as well as others and the type of person and behaviors you exhibit to people. This comments that everything happens for a reason in life and any experience of yours has a purpose and lessons to learn from it, whether it be good or bad. This suggests that pain is an important emotion, time and place in life. The line "hidden within" is wisdom and advice suggests that pain makes a person wiser with the experience. It suggests that experience is the best teacher in life as we gain wisdom from the experiences we have. Pain makes a person more knowledgeable and prepared for life, as that makes a person more experienced. Lessons from pain aren't as obvious as we think, suggesting you learn it with time. This also signifies the importance of patience in hard times, as understanding advice and wisdom given from others can take time. This also suggests that advice is useful when going through hard times, as we all can learn from other people. The line "to guide you along the way" indicates that the lessons learned from pain helps people to change, grow and mature. You learn valuable lessons from pain about life to use and remember, and that also suggests that wisdom and advice from others is helpful to people struggling. When we're in pain, we're often directionless and require guidance and help from others. We are dependent on others when we're in need of help, often in times of suffering and pain. This implies that you shouldn't suffer alone in silence and not ask for help when you need it because you don't want to be a burden, etc. Your problems are just as valid as someone else's problems, and being independent doesn't mean you don't ask for help when you need it. The line "as light from darkness" suggests pain is temporary and it can pass. This also hints that there's hope and you shouldn't lose hope when you're struggling. It also evinces that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Pain is represented as a negative emotion and dark place for people to be in life. The line "an arrow that'll strike through you" shows how pain will hit you hard when you're going through it. This suggests pain can be very difficult, unbearable and uncomfortable. This suggests pain makes a person uncomfortable and reveals that many people fear facing and experiencing pain itself, portraying humans as fragile and not very strong when facing pain. The line "for what's coming to you next" suggests humans are unprepared for pain and pain is unpredictable. Pain can vary to person, so the intensity of pain is different to each person, depending on how sensitive or strong they are to pain. Pain can teach things you least expect, and that pain can't always be explained. The line "regardless of your circumstances" suggests pain doesn't care about how you're doing because it will happen to everyone. Pain can ruin anything that's going well in life for you. So pain is evidence of how life is unfair regardless of your current life situation at the time of pain being present. This suggests when life seems to be perfect, there's usually one thing that's not perfect, ideal or desirable. That's all for today, hours. Hope you enjoyed this video. Consider giving it a like and comment your thoughts down below. Suggestions are open anytime. Have an hour day, hours. See you next time.